Have you ever wondered about the people who walked among us, left an indelible mark on history, and then vanished into thin air without leaving a single trace of who they actually were? History is full of kings, conquerors, scientists, and artists whose lives are meticulously documented from birth to death. But hidden in the shadowy corners of our collective memory exist individuals who defy every attempt at identification. People who popped out of nowhere, changed the course of events, or carried secrets so profound that centuries of research still haven't uncovered their true names. Today, we are diving deep into the ultimate historical enigmas. We are talking about individuals whose entire existence reads like a high-stakes thriller novel, yet every single word of their stories is completely real. From unexplained arrivals in medieval towns to modern-day skyjackings that stumped the FBI forever, these are the most mysterious human beings to ever walk the surface of planet Earth. Grab your notebook and fasten your seatbelts, because we are going full speed into the ultimate human secrets. Our first mystery begins on Whit Monday in May 1828 in the quiet streets of Nuremberg, Germany. Local citizens noticed a teenage boy stumbling through the city square as if he had never walked on open ground before in his entire life. He could barely speak or walk, holding out two strange letters addressed to a captain of the cavalry. When authorities questioned him, the boy could only repeat a single sentence over and over. "I want to be a cavalryman, as my father was." His name was Caspar Hauser. Mas o que tornou Caspar tão bizarro foi sua condição psicológica e física condição. Ele só podia engolir pão e água, espitando qualquer outra comida com extremo físico desgosto. Sua visão era extraordinária. Ele podia enxergar perfeitamente em total escuridão. Ele dizia que passara sua vida inteira preso dentro de um pequeno quarto escuro, dormindo sobre uma cama de palha, nunca vendo outro ser humano e brincando com pequenos brinquedos de madeira. Alguém havia alimentado e cuidado dele em completo silêncio por mais de uma década. As Caspar quickly learned to speak and write, wild rumors exploded across Europe. Was he an abandoned royal prince of the Grand Duchy of Baden, hidden away due to dark inheritance intrigues? Before the truth could be uncovered, violence struck. Caspar was attacked multiple times by unknown assailants. Finally, in December 1833, he was lured into a snowy garden and stabbed in the chest. He died 3 days later, leaving behind a small purse containing a cryptic note written in mirror writing that remains unsolved. Now, let us travel back to the lavish royal courts of 18th century Europe, where one man shocked high society with a claim that sounded completely impossible: immortality. Enter the Count of Saint-Germain. This enigmatic courtier appeared in European high society around 1740. He spoke at least 12 languages fluently, played the violin at a virtuoso level, was a master alchemist, and possessed unbelievable riches. But here is where things get truly mind-bending. Nobody knew where his fortune came from. Elderly aristocratas em Paris suaram em jura que haviam visto Saint-Germain décadas antes, lucrando exatamente a mesma idade, ao redor de 45 anos. Ele nunca ia comer refeições em restaurantes públicos, claimando que seguia um secreto costume elixir que preservava sua eterna juventude. Ele casualmente chatava sobre íntimas conversações que ele havia tido com Cleópatra, Júlio César e figuras históricas de milhares de anos atrás, descrevendo histórias com eyewitness detalhe. Even official records state that he died in 1784 in Germany, but the story did not end there. Sightings of Saint-Germain continued across Europe for decades after his reported death. Famous historical figures like the philosopher Voltaire called him the man who knows everything and never dies. Was he a master con artist using incredible tricks, a secretive spy network? Or did he actually discover the legendary Philosopher's Stone? The secret went with him to the grave. Fast forward to the reign of King Louis XIV of France. Deep inside the ominous fortress of the Bastille, a prisoner was held under the most extreme security protocols in French history. Identified in prison logs only as prisoner number 6438900, this man was forced to wear a black velvet mask, later exaggerated by popular legend as iron, every single second of his incarcerated life. The orders from the king's ministers were absolutely brutal. If the prisoner attempted to speak to anyone about anything other than his immediate basic physical needs, the guards were commanded to execute him on the spot. He was assigned a dedicated royal jailer who moved with him from fortress to fortress for over 30 years, until the prisoner died in 1703. Upon his death, all his clothes were burned, and his cell walls were scraped down to the bare stone. Who was this man that an absolute monarch went to such terrifying lengths to erase from human history? Theories range wildly. Was he the secret twin brother of King Louis XIV, whose existence threatened the legitimacy of the crown? Was he an illegitimate son, a disgraced general, or an Italian diplomat who knew a royal secret so explosive it could bring down the French monarchy? More than 3 centuries later, historians are still furiously debating his true identity. Let us now jump forward to November 24, 1971. A quiet, neatly dressed man calling himself Dan Cooper boards a Boeing 727 flight from Portland to Seattle. He takes a seat in the back of the plane, orders a bourbon and soda, and quietly hands a handwritten note to a flight attendant. When she puts it in her pocket, thinking it's just a phone number, Cooper leans in and whispers calmly, "Miss, you better look at that note. I have a bomb."
Cooper demandou $200.000 em enmarcados R$ 20 e 4 parachetes. Após landando em Seattle, ele traduziu 36 terrificados passageiros pelo dinheiro e parachetes, ordenou o plano refuado e instruiu os pilotos a voar em torno do México a low altitude e mínimo speed. Somewhere over o pitch black freezing wilderness de Washington State, durante uma heavy rainstorm, Cooper lowou o plano aft stairs, estrapou 2 parachetes, pegou a bolsa de dinheiro e lipiu na noite escura.
That was the absolute last time anyone ever saw or heard from Dan Cooper. The FBI launched one of the most extensive and expensive manhunts in modern history, interviewing over 1,000 suspects and searching massive swaths of dense forest. Decades later, a boy found a rotting bundle of Cooper's ransom bills near a riverbank, but no body, no parachute, and no trace of the man himself were ever recovered. D.B. Cooper remains the author of the only unsolved skyjacking in commercial aviation history. On November 22, 1963, in Daley Plaza, Dallas, Texas, one of the most tragic and analyzed events in modern history took place: the assassination of President John F. Kennedy. Hundreds of witnesses were present, and dozens of cameras captured the chaotic scene. But amid the panic and fleeing crowds, investigators noticed a very distinct, mysteriously calm woman wearing a headscarf similar to those worn by elderly Russian women, earning her the nickname the Babushka Lady. While everyone else scrambled for cover or hit the ground in fear, the Babushka Lady stood right near the street, holding a camera to her face. She filmed the entire sequence of events from a crucial angle that could have answered critical questions about the shooting. Film footage shows her standing calmly as people run around her. Afterward, she crossed the street and walked away into the crowd, disappearing completely into thin air. Despite relentless public appeals by the FBI, national media campaigns, and decades of conspiracy investigations, the Babushka lady never came forward. The footage she captured, which could contain vital evidence about shooters, angles, or conspirators, has never been seen by the public or law enforcement. Was she an innocent bystander who panicked? A secret intelligence operative? Or someone holding the key to one of history's biggest secrets? We may never know. Let us travel even further back in time, to 12th century England. In the village of Woolpit, Suffolk, harvest workers made an unbelievable discovery at the edge of a wolf pit. 2 young children, a brother and a sister, stepped out into the bright sunlight. But they were like no humans anyone had ever seen. Their skin was a bright green color, they spoke an entirely unknown language, and they refused to eat any normal food offered to them until they found raw green beans.
Over time, the boy unfortunadamente grew sickly e passou a vai, mas a garota se adaptou, aprendeu inglês e eventualmente lostou seu green skin tint. Quando questionada sobre onde vieram, ela descreveu um mundo subterrâneo chamado St. Martin's Land, onde o sol nunca xingava, tudo era perpétuo twilight e todos os habitantes eram verdes. Ela afirmou que estavam cuidando do gado do pai quando ouviram um alto som, felaram numa neva e subitamente acordaram no nosso bright e ensolarado mundo. Modern historians suggest they might have been lost Flemish immigrant children suffering from chlorosis, a medical condition caused by severe malnutrition that can turn skin greenish. But the details of their strange language, underground home, and sudden arrival remain one of medieval England's most fascinating folklore mysteries that still puzzles researchers today. Moving to early 20th century France, we encounter Fulcanelli, the pseudonym of a mysterious alchemist whose real identity remains completely unknown to this day. In 1926, he published a famous book analyzing the secret alchemical symbolism hidden in Gothic cathedrals. But Fulcanelli wasn't just a scholar writing about history. His pupils claimed he had actually achieved the impossible and performed real alchemy, turning base metals into pure gold. Right before World War II, a top French nuclear physicist was approached by a mysterious stranger matching Fulcanelli's description. The stranger warned him that nuclear energy was about to be weaponized and gave precise scientific details about nuclear fission before it was public knowledge. Shortly after this meeting, Fulcanelli disappeared completely. Decades later, former students reported meeting him in Spain, looking decades younger than he should have been. These enigmatic figures prove that no matter how advanced our technology becomes, how many satellite images we take, or how deep our digital archives go, history still holds secrets that refuse to be solved. From royal dungeons and skyjacked planes to timeless alchemists and unidentifiable witnesses, these mysterious humans remind us that reality is often far stranger than fiction. Which of these mysterious people blew your mind the most? Do you think D.B. Cooper survived that freezing night jump? Or was Saint Germain actually an immortal wanderer? Let us know your favorite theory in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more fast-paced historical deep dives, and share this video with your fellow mystery lovers. Until next time, keep questioning everything.